Bill, now to an update out of Cross Creek. It was first thought that it would take up to 2 weeks before anything could be done to clear the floating islands called Tussocks that developed out on Orange and Lochloosa lakes. But in just a few short days and after a lot of help, entrances to the lakes are as clear as day. TV 20's Nico Clemens tells us some people involved say their work was just good for business.
Dave, just a few days ago, if you didn't own an airboat, you were basically stuck in the creek. One resident got on the phone and made numerous phone calls trying to get weeds and tussocks removed. She says those involved with making this happen came together like a well-oiled machine.
If it hadn't been for these men, we would have no business, none. We'd be dead.
Jeff and Michelle Scepter bought Twin Lakes Fish Camp to retire 6 years ago. This week alone, they lost $250 due to the water rising, which brings the floating mud and trees. Scepter put in a call to state wildlife worker Patrick McCord.
It's remarkable. I've never, ever seen government come together to help businesses and individuals like these guys came together.
After additional calls to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, signing of permits, and one cookie cutter machine, the Scepters can put their minds at ease for now.
Access to the lakes is very important to me. I mean, that's my whole livelihood.
And with the help of Chester Catterton and the FWC, the muck and trees you see behind me, which was once blocking the entrance into Lochloosa, has now been cleared, and now business at Twin Lakes Fishing and Camping can continue.
This fills in our retirement. We rent cabins, but we mainly rent boats. We were dead. We were dead for storage. We were dead for our boat ramp. We were just killed for business. So I owe these guys everything.
Scepter is a native Floridian. This is where she would come for fun and where she would bring their children.
On top of that, it's a historic site. This is Cross Creek, where Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings wrote the book and won the Pulitzer Prize. This is it. This is what's left of it. And we're trying to perpetuate her and honor her.
Resident Jerry Lloyd says the lakes affect not just people in Cross Creek, but elsewhere as well.
And then you put it on the air, and then the next day they come over and started working on it. So I kind of contributed that to y'all.
Now, the cookie cutter will remain at Cross Creek for future emergencies. There are still floating islands and tussocks on the lakes, and Michelle Scepter says at any time the winds shift in a certain direction, the tussocks can block the entrance again. Scepter says Patrick McCord is going to put together a long-term plan to hopefully control this vegetation. Nico Clemens, TV 20 News.